you make an offer on a new construction home? Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team of eXp Realty. And a couple of weeks ago, in a discussion with a buyer client of ours, that is a question that came up. And I thought it was a great question. And I knew that since they had that question, many of you might as well. So I wanted to share my thoughts and the explanation I gave to our clients with you. Now, the essence behind the question, if you think about it, can you make an offer on a new construction home, isn't so much about making the offer, but it has more to do with, are the prices of new construction homes negotiable? In essence, is there flexibility in that pricing? Now, in the resale market, we all know how that works. A home is listed for sale. It is set at a given price. And if you decide that you like that home, you submit an offer. And then a negotiation goes back and forth until a contract sales price, an agreement between buyer and seller, is made. But how does that work in new construction? And is there the same flexibility? And the honest answer is it depends. It's yes and no. So let me explain. With new construction, much of it is going to depend on how new the community is. Is it a brand new phase release? How long have they been building? How much interest in the community is there? A lot of those things, it comes down again to simple supply and demand. So if you go into a new home community and it's a fairly new community and you are going to pick a lot, or the house hasn't even started construction yet on one of the lots in the community, the chances of the builder negotiating the price on that with you, I'm going to be honest, is pretty slim. They're not going to need to. The price is going to be the price. Now, if they have standing inventory, if there's a home that was previously under contract that has now fallen out, the builder's more motivated to get that property sold. And you're going to find that there can be flexibility in that case. There is also, room for negotiation if it's a lot that isn't necessarily highly desirable. Maybe it has an odd shape to it. Maybe it backs up to, a road, or maybe there's power lines in a view in the back. Those type of lots are going to be the hardest to move and are going to be the ones that the builder is most negotiable on. Now, a word of caution on that: if the builder's negotiable on those type of lots and or those locations, it is going to be the same down the road when you want to sell. You're not going to get the same premium on those lots when it comes time for a resale as well. The other times that you may find a builder to be a little bit more flexible with regards to pricing is if they're near the end of a phase. There's quite often a price increase near the end of a phase. So if they've got one or two homes remaining, there may be some flexibility there, but especially if they're at closeout. So the community is essentially built out. They're down to their last few homes. You're going to find some of the best deals on those. So why is that? Why won't a builder negotiate as much? Well, it's not that a builder doesn't necessarily want to negotiate, but they're more likely to offer discounts in the forms of incentives rather than direct price reductions. And just like in a resale property, those homes, when you get the loan, if assuming you are getting a loan, they have to be appraised. So new construction doesn't comp directly to resale. New construction comps against other new construction. So when a builder is increasing prices and a builder is using prior sales within the community as comparables for the sales going forward, they want to keep fairly consistent pricing. They're not going to suddenly be offering big discounts when they've got other of those same models to sell down the road. Now, saying that, as I just mentioned, the builder will include some incentives. So if you were to go in and you use the builder's title company and or mortgage company, for instance, that is worth something to the builder, and you may find that you get an incentive upgrade money, so to speak, for use in the design center. So they might give you 10,000, 15,000 towards your upgrades, or they may pay for your title insurance, something along those lines. On some of those lots that could be harder to sell, more than likely the builder, rather than cut price, is first going to want to increase the incentives on that particular property. Maybe instead of $10,000 worth of upgrades, you get $20,000 worth of upgrades, something along those lines. So yes, it can be negotiable. The chances of just going in and flat out making an offer like you would on the resale does not happen as often. But if there's an agent that you're working with, check with them as well. Because what many people don't realize is that an agent can represent you on new construction just as they can on resale. And in many cases, local agents, they've got relationships with many of the builders, and they may get notice of additional price incentives or additional offers that are being made before they're released to the general public. We also, in the business, sometimes hear about a lot that the financing's looking a bit shaky. And before that lot actually comes back on, if you can get a new buyer in there right away, that's good for the builder. And they quite often can offer a discount or additional incentives in those that your agent should be able to find out about. So hopefully that helps and gives a little bit of guidance on purchasing new construction. If you're currently in the market for a new construction home and would like a simple way to actually search all of the different options available in your area, I invite you to click the link below. That is to a website that I have specifically focused on new construction. These are not properties listed for sale on the MLS, but it's actually a database of new construction homes. It makes it very easy, rather than driving all over the place, to compare models, see floor plans, see prices, see current incentives, and compare models between builders. And if at any time you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. Contact information is directly below, and we're always here to help.